Imagine running to and fro on a very hot day, busy with work, making calls, replying to SMS, shooting emails, finding info on the web, and suddenly you run out of juice. Android devices are smart mini computers, but there's a price for that. For one, they need more battery power than non-smartphones. How do you make your battery last longer so you can use your device longer? Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome to Android Authority. In this video, learn several useful tips and tricks to squeeze more juice out of your Android device's battery. The first tip is a common sense one, turning off features that aren't in use, particularly features that can whittle down your battery level fast. Which features are these? For starters, there's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, portable Wi-Fi hotspot, GPS, mobile data, and NFC. Leaving them on will eat a chunk of your battery power, so kill them when not in use. If you use these features frequently, it can be a big pain in the behind to keep turning these features on or off during the day. To keep your sanity, you can use the power control widget to quickly toggle those features. Just place the widget on your home screen and tap on the buttons. Haptic feedback can also eat battery power. Those little vibrations that you feel when you interact with the UI or when you get alerts is powered by a small vibration motor, which uses battery power. Guess what happens to your battery if you turn that motor off? If you want a more automated approach to controlling these power-sapping features, you can seek the help of apps such as Automated, Tasker, or Juice Defender. Disabling the options in Settings, Location Services can also help conserve power a bit. This way too, no app will be able to pinpoint your precise location with the help of either Wi-Fi networks, mobile networks, or GPS without your approval. Also, if your device allows you to, you can use the Restrict Background Data option to prevent all apps or individual apps from downloading or uploading data in the background. This can also conserve some of your battery power. If you must connect to the internet and you can choose between Wi-Fi or mobile data, choose Wi-Fi as it eats less battery. Mobile network connections tend to fluctuate, so your device's antenna will need some extra power to keep the connection strong and stable. Same thing for phone calls. Your phone tends to use more energy when making calls in a low signal area. This tip can actually be summarized into a bottom line. Find strong network signals. You'll be using your battery more efficiently that way. Another area where you can save more battery power is in app data syncing, app update frequency, and app notifications or alerts. Many apps need to sync data with external servers. Naturally, the process uses battery power. Apps like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, RSS readers, news apps, weather widgets, stock tickers, and the like need to fetch updates from the internet at regular intervals. If you want to save battery power, you need to pull the reins in. You can disable auto-syncing for such apps or set them to get updates less frequently. Or, at the very least, be extremely selective with which app to allow the auto-sync. Some widgets need to be placed on a leash too, because they connect to the internet to fetch updates and data. Weather widgets, for instance. Again, you can lessen the update frequency for such widgets. Also, use widgets sparingly. Widget overpopulation can speed up battery drain and slow down your device. Along the same vein, ad-supported apps also contribute to faster battery drain. Such apps fetch ads off the net and upload user data for targeted ads, and in the process consume battery power. Opt for ad-free apps. Most are paid apps though, but you can find well-developed free apps that don't use ads. You can also save battery power by restricting notifications. Do you really need to be notified about everything that all of your apps do? Allow only important notifications to go through. For everything else, turn off notifications. If you have a Jelly Bean device, you can go to Settings, Apps, then go through the apps on the All tab and uncheck the Show Notifications option on each app's info page. This is probably not news anymore. The brighter your screen, the more power it uses. Therefore, dim the lights and lessen power consumption. Go manual on this one instead of using the auto brightness feature. Auto brightness uses power because it activates the light sensors to detect light levels from the surrounding. So, it's not a very viable solution at all if you want to conserve power. And, as I've told you earlier, turn off unused features, including the screen. Set your screen to sleep or time out quickly after becoming idle. If your device allows it, set the screen timeout to 15 seconds. To tell you the truth, I know of some former iPhone users who converted to Android simply because of animated wallpapers. Live wallpapers look cool and awesome, but they also use device resources, especially battery power. You might argue that they use minimal power, but minimal is still something to someone who wants to squeeze every last drop of juice from the battery. Therefore, prefer static wallpapers to live wallpapers. Or, if you really can't live without any home screen animation, at least choose the stock live wallpapers, or those that are well coded. And if your device uses organic light-emitting diode or OLED technology, or its AMOLED and Super AMOLED siblings, you can conserve more battery power by using a black wallpaper and a dark theme. Unlike LCD technology, which uses backlighting, each OLED pixel produces its own light and thus uses power. So if the bulb is lit, power is eaten. Black pixels are unlit bulbs, so they don't eat power. Therefore, a black background means many unlit bulbs, lesser power then. Has an app been hogging down your CPU and eating your battery power fast? Uninstall it. There's no use for an app that constantly misbehaves, hogs resources, and suck out your device's juice big time. To help you identify these delinquent apps, you can use apps such as Watchdog Task Manager Lite. It alerts you when an app vacuums too much CPU power than intended. Eliminate these apps to help increase battery life. Also, always keep your apps up to date. Updates not only fix bugs or add features, but also often help the app consume less power. Some OEM customized versions of Android include a power-saving mode feature that can help cut down on power consumption. When active, it usually limits CPU performance, disables haptic feedback, lowers screen brightness, disables mobile data, and lowers the brightness level of the browser's background. But if you're a heavy user, this mode might degrade performance. So, when using your device intensively, you might want to disable power saving mode. If you've rooted your Android, you're in luck. If not, it's probably high time to do it. A rooted device opens up several more ways to lessen battery consumption. One way is to remove apps that OEMs and network carriers pre-install on your device. Some of such apps are actually useful, but most others are just energy-sapping bloat. Another way is through the use of CPU control apps such as Set CPU for root users, No Frills CPU Control, and CPU Tuner. All these need root. Such apps let you set a lower CPU speed, which also lowers battery use. Or, if needed, you can max out your device's performance power by using the highest CPU speed, but this will drain your battery faster, of course. A third way is through custom kernels and custom ROMs, many of which promise more efficient use of resources and better battery life. Third-party Android developers often offer slimmer, trimmed down, and lighter versions of Android that also eat up less power. If the tips and tricks that I've been talking about for the past few minutes still don't satisfy your need for longer battery life, there are still a few things for you to try. One is to buy a spare battery if your device has a removable battery pack. Prefer OEM batteries to third-party batteries. OEM accessories tend to last longer and are more reliable than third-party accessories. Of course, you may also buy third-party high-capacity extended batteries, or portable juice packs, also known as portable battery banks. But do some research first and buy only from reliable manufacturers. Lastly, learn how to take care of your battery. For example, for lithium-ion batteries, don't fully discharge your battery before recharging it. Such habit is harmful to your battery. See more battery care tips in this video's companion article on Android Authority. Stretching your Android device's battery life requires discipline and responsibility from you as user. It requires energy-saving habits. In this video, I've shown you several ways to cut down your energy consumption and extend your Android device's battery life. I hope you find this video helpful. For more Android guides, news, and reviews, visit AndroidAuthority.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Mark, glad to be of service. Until next time, and remember, the power of Android is yours.